Good evening, everyone, council members. Time is 7:03 p.m. and I call to order this city council meeting. Announce that a quorum is present. Everyone please stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Bow your heads. Dear Lord, we just thank you for another day. We thank you for all those that have gathered. We thank you for the employees and the bikers and everyone that's here for recognition. We thank you for our interns. We thank you for our city staff. Thank you for the council members and the community members that are here. Continue to guide us, give us your wisdom, understanding, so that we can continue to lead the city forward. Thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for all of our residents. Thank you for all of our community and business partners. Just then we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, you may be seated, if you can find a seat. All right, council members, first up is our public comments for tonight. We have public comments on the white card. If you fill out a white card, you'd have 3 minutes. And comments will be taken from audience on non-agenda related topics for a length of time not to exceed 3 minutes on a yellow card. This is for non-agenda and agenda combined for a time of not to exceed 5 minutes total per person. Except for public hearings, no action or discussion may be taken by city council during public comments on non-agenda items. All right, first up, Mr. Robert, and you will have 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you, sir. My name's Robert Battle. I call myself the honorary mayor of Manor Village, and frankly, I find it offensive when you say prayers. As far as I'm concerned, every time you open your mouth, it's a lie, and when you don't say something, that's a lie of omission. Tonight, I'm suing all of you people personally now. That means you don't get to hide behind the city attorney anymore. You're going to have to find your own attorneys, and you might actually need to do some borrowing money to hire an attorney. You're all being sued personally. And that includes some of the police officers. That includes the judge. Jay Caballero does not get to prevent me from filing a complaint to the court, and you don't get to sit on them. In this meeting today, we're going to talk about you giving money from our city taxpayers to your friends at Manor ISD. He works for Manor ISD, folks. That's an utter conflict of interest. You don't get to take our City of Manor tax money and give it to Shadow Glen and Presidential Meadows just because the school district does not have the mentality to understand the difference between the ETJ and the city limits. And furthermore, you don't get to pass a little interlocal agreement that your attorneys do not get to make a crime legal just because they let you do it. This is an interlocal agreement. You say right here that you're giving our money for residents within the city corporate limits and extraterritorial jurisdiction. And I'm not asking you guys to spell that word tonight. I know these are hard, but you don't get to take our money. And if you do, after you've been told repeatedly, I think you ought to table that motion and go in the back and let your attorney talk to you a little while and then decide if you want to risk $3 or $4 or $5 or $10,000 of fines. Because this is going to a trial. We have to schedule this within 45 more days. Judge Gamble is going to be the judge. And I'm going to be Perry Mason. I'm going to be asking you questions in depositions under oath and on the stand. And I asked for it to be televised too. This is going to be a trial. One of your lies is you let Scott Dunlap steal $15 million of our money when he did Manor Heights. That was utter theft. You guys want to pretend you don't know the difference between a water retention pond and a park? You approved floodplain in the FEMA floodplain as parkland. Do you not know the difference? You need to know the difference. And the point is, you don't get to play dumb anymore. This lady here, she's been on here for 10 years. I call her Ann Ware. Like, where has she been? Here's one Lanzola thing. You approved a school, but you didn't approve any parks. That's where your head is. In fact, the Charter Review Commission wanted these guys to take a 2/3 pay cut and they saw that as a conflict of interest. So you guys are going to need to lawyer up Let's see what else is on here. A bunch of worthless proclamations. Municipal clerk suite. The clerks are good. It's the judge that's a jackass.
That's your warning.
What's that?
That's your warning on your language.
For what?
For your language.
What, jackass is a cuss word now in Texas?
Next time you say anything, you're going to be.
Pardon me?
Next time you say the word, you're out.
It's how I say it?
Next time you say the word, you will be out.
Well, can I say it more politely and then it's okay? I'm suing him because he has, you know what ultra-virus is? Does anybody in here know what ultra-virus is? That means you exceeded your authority. He does not get to prevent, the judge does not get to prevent me doing a municipal court complaint against one of you when you do a crime. The problem is the city attorneys are in bed with you guys for 20 years. And I'm suing the city attorneys personally too. They know better than this. They don't get to play dumb either. You understand? Are we ever going to get a timer light? I know this is your important part of your job. How's my time doing?
You have 1 minute left.
1 minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. As far as the police go, I like the cops. Sometimes the fish rots from the head down. You guys have been doing cover-ups for like 2 years. And you're going to be on the stand, Mr. Ryan. Yeah, let's talk about the 380 agreement in Jones. Listen, Mr. Jones, you don't get to bring an item up and not present any background whatsoever.
Address all your comments to city council, not staff members. You're
Why?
here to address us because that's the rules.
That's the rules. It's Mickey Mouse
You have
Club rules.
25 seconds.
5 seconds?
25.
Okay, well, have you told your wife you might lose your house?
You say one more thing about my family members, you will be barred from being here. Bye. All right. Next up on the agenda is Mr. Byron. Is it Benot? Benot? How to say it?
Yeah, that's why y'all fill out those sheets there, don't you? I don't know how to get in here. I'm gonna follow that. I'm just here to support these guys here and motorcycle safety and awareness. As you can see, I probably don't ride a motorcycle, and I don't own one. But these fine people over here, whatever they think is right, I'm following them. They're first class, and that's why I'm here.
Thank you, sir. Next we have, is it Clark Hancock? Come on up, sir. You have 3 minutes.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all very much for being here tonight. My name is Clark Hancock. I'm the president of the Save Texas Streams. We were first started, back in 1979 when this part of Texas sure looked a lot different. But at the same time, there are people getting together and looking at what was coming down the road, and they were thinking, we've got some problems in how we deal with our surface water and how human activity negatively can affect that. And so, trying to get ahead of the game, we started working on developing public awareness and developing policies that protect one of the most vital parts of our communities. It's not the people, it's not the buildings, it's not the roads, it's the land and the water that flows through it. That's the foundation for any good community. Over the years, we've seen the problems that we were addressing back then manifest in all sorts of other communities. In Manor, you've got some right now that need to be addressed. Wilbarger Creek, right over here, major waterway, 47-mile waterway, going all the way from Pflugerville through Mater, Elgin, and then down to the Colorado River. Do you know that 100% of the base flow of that creek comes from wastewater effluent discharge? 100% of the base flow of that creek comes from waters that we as communities are responsible for managing and ensuring that our downstream neighbors don't have to deal with the problems that they shouldn't have to deal with. Wilbarger, right now, you all are in a great position. Travis County just put a mess of money into the Wilbarger Creek Greenway. You have landowners all along the creek that have set up conservation easements to protect the land and to protect the buffer. Often, it is getting the land and acquiring the land for preservation, which is the hardest thing to do. That's already done. There's one thing that's missing, and that's the quality of the water itself. Right now, you're all in the process of developing a new wastewater treatment system, and I believe that's 800,000 gallons a day that it's going to be permitted for. That's a lot of water. Upstream, you got Pflugerville doing the same thing. And all down there, you got, 10 or 12 more plants going in. That water is going to be what flows through the surface of your community and what goes downstream.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
Okay, and you can decide whether that's going to be an algae bloom or a amenity that people are proud of, that people can go and celebrate and take their families to and party with. It's your decision. I want to thank you all for your service. You are guiding this community into the future. And if you look at your own website, your strategic vision tells you exactly what you want to do. And if you could just
Thank you.
bear with me.
That's the time, sir. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I do appreciate it.
Yes,
And
sir.
again, thank you all very much for your time and your service.
Thank you. We have next Mr. Tyler Foster Burke.
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Tyler Foster Burke. I serve as the president of the HOA in the Bell Farms neighborhood. I'm a little nervous. It's only the second time I've ever been up here, so I did print this out, and I'll read it out for y'all tonight. I'm here tonight regarding the retention pond and fountain located at Bella Parkway and Old Highway 20. While this pond is city property and it functions as a public park, our HOA has historically assumed the full financial responsibility for the fountain's maintenance and quarterly ecological treatments for algae and mosquitoes. The fountain is not merely aesthetic, it's actually a critical piece of infrastructure that prevents stagnant water, mitigates pest populations, and provides essential aeration for the pond's ecosystem. Recently, we have seen a significant increase in unauthorized fishing. This has led to frequent, costly repairs caused by fishing lines, entangling and damaging the pump systems of the fountain. Because this is a public park, our HOA lacks the authority to implement and enforce no fishing policies. Our local law enforcement is similarly restricted as they cannot legally remove individuals from public city land. We believe that for the infrastructure to remain viable, the management of the asset must align with the ownership of the land. I'm here to formally request that the City of Manor assume ownership and maintenance of this fountain. This transition would allow the city to implement the necessary fishing restrictions that's required to protect the equipment and ensure this public space remains a clean, functional asset for all of the residents. And then just one more thing I want to add that I didn't write down. There's a small gazebo next to this retention pond that's part of this city park. And this gazebo over the years has had several repairs done. Our HOA actually paid to have a new roof put on it several years ago because the city funding didn't allow for it. We've done everything we can to make sure that this is a nice area for our neighborhood and for the whole community. But that gazebo is about to fall over. It's a major safety hazard. We've had a lot of residents of our neighborhood comment about it. I think one big storm will come through and I think it'll actually fall over one day. So I just want to bring that to your attention also. But I'm mainly here asking the city to take ownership of the fountain that's in your pond, in the Bell Farms Park. So thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you, sir. See, next we have Ms. Ann.
My name's Ann Brokenbrough, and I'm with the Wilbarger Creek Conservation Alliance. And we're actually mainly here tonight to invite you, Pam, I was hoping I would go after Pam and Juan to invite you to a Littig community cleanup on May 30th, and they'll tell you more about it, and also our Littig reunion that's going to be the weekend of Juneteenth. We're very excited about it. And I wanted to bring you these updated maps of the Travis County Wilbarger Creek Greenway. They've just purchased a brand new property, and we have some more exciting properties to come in the next few months. So we're bring you updated maps when those come out. And if you come to the Littig reunion, you'll drive past a lot of these beautiful properties on your way to Littig, on your right-hand side of your road. Most of that, I just drove it today, and it's miles and miles of conserved land, and it's really exciting and really beautiful. I just wanted to say that we have worked really hard to preserve our rural lands and heritage in Manor, and we played a significant role in the last 3 bond elections, 2011, 2017, and 2023, advocating for more and more money for the Manor community in each successive bond election. In the lead up to the last bond election, the City of Manor graciously hosted the Citizens Bond Advisory Committee and the staff of the Travis County Transportation and Natural Resources Department at the Manor New Tech Middle School. And many of our Manor citizens came out and spoke in favor of the proposed road projects and for the continued land acquisition and construction of the greenways along Gilliland and Wilbarger Creek. And we were wildly successful. Thanks to our collective voices during that 2023 bond campaign, Manor received over $150 million of that bond money. And I just wanted to give you the breakdown in writing is what you have, is $100 million was for parks and open space acquisition in eastern Travis County, largely for the Wilbarger Creek Greenway. Another $100 million went to western Travis County, but we got $100 million for this area, which was very exciting and unprecedented. We also got $30 million for construction of the new Benny Fisher Park and the Gilliland Creek Greenway from Northeast Metro Park in Pflugerville to Benny Fisher Park in Manor. And we got over $16 million for the Blake Manor Road from Taylor Lane to Burleson Manor, plus some acquisition money for purchasing TxDOT right-of-way along FM 973. And we just wanted to let you know that we hope Travis County, we're already plugging them to do another bond election in 2027, and we'll be there every step of the way fighting for more money to benefit Manor and the surrounding communities. And we thank you for your time and for all your help and make this happen by hosting the bond committee. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we have Pam Fowler.
Good evening. My name is Pamela Fowler. Good evening, Mayor Harvey and the Mayor City Council members. I am here to invite you to a very special event, the Littig Juneteenth Reunion. The community of Littig is located 6 miles east of Manor and was established in 1883. For more than 143 years, Littig has endured through the institutions and traditions that shaped its foundation. The Littig Juneteenth Reunion is bringing back one of those traditions. June 19th through the 21st, 2026, we invite each of you to join us as we revitalize this celebration of families, old and new, sharing the history and the rich heritage of a community that began through independence and grew into a lasting community grounded in faith, strengthened by family ties, and sustained by a shared commitment to one another. The Littig Reunion is more than a gathering. It is an opportunity to honor the courage that founded this community, celebrate the families who carried it forward, and ensure that the legacy of Littig continues to be preserved for the generations to come. Thank you for your time, and we certainly hope to see you there.
Thank you. Next, we have Juan Hernandez.
Hello, Manor City Council. My name is Juan Hernandez, and we would like to invite you to our Littig Community Cleanup Day, Saturday, May 30th from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. At the town of Littig. Lidick is our home, our history, and our legacy. Many people have lived here before, and many people will live here in the future. So we will want to keep it clean and just help the environment. Everyone is welcome. Last year we had a cleanup day as well. 28 volunteers came, and we ended up picking up 100 bags of trash. And this year we plan to multiply that by 2 or more. But yeah, we hope you guys can come. It will really mean the world to us, just to help our town and to help the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, council members, that ends our public comments. Let's see. Shay, were you just here for the proclamation that you want to talk? Okay. Okay. All right. To talk or for the proclamation? Okay. Gotcha. Thanks, sir. All right, council members, we're going to move on to presentations. We have a presentation letter A, Manor Business Spotlight Award, Ashlyn Taylor.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you guys know, each month the City of Manor recognizes a local business that goes above and beyond in serving our community. Tonight, I'm proud to present the May 2026 Manor Business Spotlight Award to Taqueria San Juan. Taqueria San Juan has become a standout in Manor for its authentic food, welcoming atmosphere, and consistent dedication to customer service. Residents regularly highlight the restaurant's cleanliness, friendly staff, and the quality of its homemade offerings. Beyond the dining experience, what truly sets Taqueria San Juan apart is its connection to the community. From creating a space where everyone feels welcome to showing small but meaningful acts of kindness, the team exemplifies what it means to be a valued local business in Manor. Their commitment to quality, service, and community engagement makes them a deserving recipient of this recognition. At this time, I'd like to invite Juan, the owner of Taqueria San Juan, to come forward to receive the May 2026 Manor Business Spotlight Award.
Joining us. I got you.
All right, next up, council members, we have a summary of learning. As you all know, we talked about this some time back and created this pilot for internship opportunities. And seems like just yesterday, we had the introduction to Selena and her daughters. And she's been here and committed to 420 hours of service to the community through working with council and staff members. And so we're excited about the work that she's done and her upcoming graduation from Texas State University. And yeah, she's just done a really good job. So we've invited her tonight on her last day of internship to share what she's her summary of learning and this experience.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It's been a pleasure. So I'm going to go over my summary of learning. First, I want to start with the definition of social work by the Council of Social Work Education. It's a profession devoted to helping people function the best they can in their environment. This past 15 weeks, 420 hours, I have spent time with Dr. Harvey and the city to learn where local government and social work intersect. Some big takeaways for me were really social work is everywhere. Person and environment theory is when we focus on a person and how the outside world around them affects them. And so I really got to see how that looks through the progress of a growing city. And then also that everything requires thoughtful planning. Something that I was very fortunate to get to do was sit in on a lot of meetings and planning for the city's growth. And so I was able to see how needs are constantly changing. And this means that we can't just think about our problems right now, but also future. And it was nice to see how future focused the city is on the things that they're working on. These are my requirements for class. I have 9 competencies that I have to complete. Demonstrate ethical and professional behavior, diversity, difference in practice, advance human rights and social, economic, and environmental justice, practice informed research and research informed practice, policy practice, engaging with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, assessing individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, intervening with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities, and then evaluating them as well. I had a lot of learning activities, but these are the ones that I did the most, and so I listed them here along with each competency. City council meetings has been every single one of those competencies, and a lot of them were community focused and learning about how a city functions. Day to day, we don't think about social work in all aspects, especially not government, so it was great to see how much social work really does happen. This is more so for community residents here in Manor. What can they do to kind of get involved? I would say to stay connected, following Manor's Facebook and Instagram, your city council members, your mayor, and downloading your My Manor app. I have learned a lot about that app and how it helps to get your concerns answered a lot quicker. I would also say that being informed really goes a long way. Get to know how your city functions. I think we take for granted how much information is really out there for you to learn these kinds of things. And so all the information's there. Go look for it, get informed, and also get out and participate in community events. There's a lot of things going on in this community that can help you get face-to-face with people and make connections. And most importantly, knowing when to vote. If you don't like something or if you want to see things change, it is important to use your voice and use your vote. And then just a few pictures from my time here. Thank you, Manor.
Thank you. So we did our final evaluation today with Ms. Villarreal from Texas State, and team, I just want to tell you that there is a lot of talent here in Selena. Her skill sets, her research. She solved a lot of challenges that are needed in regards to getting some data and information for our committees as we're about to approach legislative session and advocate for different things. We make contacts with different legislative offices, so we have those contacts and can more readily get into that space. And so and we just met 15 weeks ago, and I feel like I'm losing a lifelong friend. So but thank you for your commitment to the city. Thank you for your commitment to your program. She's one to watch. She's going to go off and transform whatever community she chooses to invest in. So thank you again, Selena.
Thank you, guys.
Wait. We got a little something for you. You want to go ahead, Mrs. Moore? We'll start. So this is certificate of appreciation presented to Persona and sincere recognition of your outstanding service and dedication as the first mayor's intern for the city of Miami. Thank you for being a vital part of the city's team, for your commitment to learning the legislative process, and for your invaluable time and effort invested in our community. Authority vested in the Mayor of the City of Maynard, Texas, I issue this honor on the 6th day of May 2026 by Christopher Harvey. We have another appreciation also, Council previously. All we never know, the one thing he talks about is the spirit of trust written by Stephen Covey. To work with leaders without relationships built on trust, we must focus on 3 choices: aligning words and actions, supporting the success of others, being transparent and vulnerable. We exemplify that for lives around us to be able to take in and do some structure around the trust that we do for the community. And the token that we read it, that's the really effective for allowing us to have this.
Yeah, I can be tall.
This way.
All right. Council members, next we have some proclamations. First proclamation is Proclamation A, declaring the month of May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. And it reads, whereas few images reflect the essence of American spirit as vividly as open road and motorcycles in particular have, for generations symbolize freedom, independence, and adventure while serving as both a practical means of transportation and a source of recreation. And whereas motorcyclists are more vulnerable on public roadways due to the lack of protective features commonly found in large vehicles such as seatbelts, airbags, and impact crumble zones. And whereas all motorists share a responsibility to promote roadway safety by remaining alert, allowing greater following distances, using the right of way when appropriate, and exercising increased caution as intersections, where a significant number of motorcycle related collisions occur. And whereas the observance of Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month each May provides an opportunity for government agencies, organizations, and communities to raise awareness, encourage safe driving behaviors, and reduce the number of motorcycle related crashes, injuries, and fatalities. And whereas promoting motorcycle safety requires the cooperation of all who use roadways, including motorists and motorcyclists alike, through adherence to traffic laws, proper training, and mutual respect. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor of the City of Maynard, on behalf of the Maynard City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month in the City of Maynard, and urge all residents and visitors to share the road responsibly, stay vigilant, and work together to ensure a safer street for everyone. Proclaimed this 6th day, May 2026, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor, City of Maynard.
Yeah, that's what I said. Find the study.
Can y'all scoot this way?
You keep going. One in there.
I'm sorry? One, two, three. Two more phones. One, two, one, two, three. Okay, all good.
All right, let's see. All right, next we have declaring the week of May 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Municipal Courts Week. All right, proclamation, 57th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and essential part of local government, exists throughout the world and is among the oldest public service roles. And whereas Municipal Clerks Week was first celebrated in 1969, spearheaded by the International Institute of Municipal Clerks, and has since been embraced across the United States, Canada, and more than 15 other countries. And whereas the Texas municipal clerks serve as official record keepers, managing vital documents, conducting municipal elections, providing legislative support, and ensuring transparency and integrity of government processes in cities across Texas. And whereas the city secretary's office is dedicated to providing efficient, courteous, and professional service to the mayor, city council staff, and residents of the city of Manor. And whereas the city secretary's office continues strives to improve the administration of its responsibilities through ongoing education, professional development, and a commitment to excellence. And whereas Municipal Clerks Week provide an opportunity to recognize and celebrate invaluable work of municipal clerks, acknowledge their vital contributions to public service, and highlight important role they play in the day-to-day operations of our cities. Now, therefore, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor of the City of Manor, and on behalf of the Manor City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 3rd through the 9th, 2026 as Municipal Clerks Week in the City of Manor, and further extend appreciation to all municipal clerks, including Brittany and Uvia, for their vital services they perform at their exemplary dedication to communities that they represent. Proclaim this 6th day, May 2026, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor of the City of Manor. All right.
Think tall thoughts. Think tall thoughts.
All right, y'all. Thank you all for your patience. The next one, declaring the week of May 10th through the 16th, 2026 as Police Week. Proclamation recognizing National Police Week and honoring the service and sacrifice of law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas law enforcement officers serve in the communities across the United States, including the dedicated peace officers of the city of Manor, working tirelessly to protect lives, uphold the rule of law, and safeguard our democratic institutions. And whereas since the establishment of organized law enforcement in our nation, thousands of officers have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty, demonstrating unwavering commitment to public safety, and whereas the names of these fallen officers are permanently engraved at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., ensuring their service and sacrifice would not be forgotten. Whereas each year additional names are added to the memorial to honor officers who have given their lives to protect our community, reflecting their ongoing risk faced by those who have chose this profession. And whereas behind every fallen officer are family members, colleagues, and loved ones whose lives are forever changed, whose loss is recognized with deep respect and gratitude. And whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers who have died in the line of duty are honored annually during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Funds candlelight visual in the nation's capital. Now, I therefore, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor of the City of Manor, on behalf of the Manor City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 10th through 16th, 2026 as Police Week. In the city of Manor, encourage all residents to honor service and sacrifice of our law enforcement officers and to remember those who given their lives in the line of duty. Proclaim this 6th day, May 2026, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor, City of Manor. All right. Y'all come on up.
Scoot in as much as you can. Scoot.
Double up. There we go. Amber's head is right my way.
Don't be standing on your toes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, everyone. Proclamation D, declaring the week of May 17th through the 23rd, 2026 as Public Works Week. Proclamation. Whereas public work professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities, to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Manor. And whereas the city of Manor relies on the expertise and dedication of public work employees who work tirelessly to maintain, improve, and expand these critical systems to enhance the quality of life for all citizens. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are water and wastewater operators, inspectors, streets and parks employees, and management all levels of government and private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, wastewater treatment, streets, parks, maintenance, solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for all citizens. And whereas it is fitting that we recognize and honor the contributions of public works employees and promote their understanding of their vital role. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor of the City of Manor, and on behalf of the Manor City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through 23rd, 2026 as Public Works Week in the City of Manor, and encourage all residents to recognize our public works first responders and celebrate the significant contributions of public work professionals in their daily lives and throughout our great city. Proclaim the 6th day of May 2026, Dr. Christopher Harvey, Mayor, City of Manor. Thank you all. It does not work without you. Literally, it does not work without you all. So let's go on up and get a photo. I don't know how we're gonna make it happen, but we'll make it happen. Bring the baby. They're a little bit too tall.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take the baby back here. That's right. I'm standing up on my tippy toes.
Yeah.
Okay,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, man. All right, council members, we're going to jump to the consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by council. Will be enacted one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless requested by the mayor or council member, in which the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Number 1, consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding approval of the city council minutes. 2, consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding the city's recycling of older and outdated IT devices. 3, consideration, discussion, and possible action on a memorandum of understanding agreement between the City of Manor and Pflugerville ISD. Council members, any of those items y'all have questions about that we'd like to pull out?
I have a question on number 3, the MOU.
Would you like for it to stay in the consent and just have the question answered? Okay, can we get a motion? And somebody can go and grab Matt.
Mayor,
No
Council,
motion
I'd like
for-
to make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as read with
Well-
questions on item number 3.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Wallace. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by, who's that? Councilwoman Weir. What is your question?
I just wanted a little overview on what exactly that was.
Okay. While they're running to get them, I think you remember we had the internship with the students that were doing the water and wastewater project.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the
Okay.
re-up on the water wastewater project. Mr. Matt, you want to come up and? It was just a question about the MOU for Pflugerville. If just reminding everybody what that was for again, that program.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good evening, Council, Mayor. The MOU is to work with Pflugerville ISD, which will help where we can work with the Skills Trade Academy. It is involved now into a SETH program, which is now AWWA, which is American Water Works Association. It's partnering up with all the different entities, and it's not only with the PFISD, it's also different other local schools are getting involved. I think even like Liberty Hill and some in Pflugerville and Round Rock, their schools are starting to get involved. This is instrumental for our workforce. It actually will get the students to where they can have a D water license. That gives them a great experience of getting the license, and that gives you kind of a good way to get into the workforce already automatically with a license. It also gives them tours to where they can go look at different facilities and different water towers, pump stations, wastewater plants. We've actually hired probably 3 or 4 out of the Skills Trade Academy and been excellent. Let's see, what else is there? Well, if y'all have any questions, y'all let me know and I'll try to help.
That was pretty much it. I was wondering how many we've hired from the program. So we've hired 3, and I think that's awesome. So I think, again, I really appreciate all the hard work that you guys do. And I think being a part of these, programs and having these opportunities is really, really cool.
Well, I appreciate that. And it's very exciting. It's rewarding to work with the kids that are coming out of high school. And it's the little simple skills learning of like interviewing. It's amazing some of the things that these kids have not had yet, and they can actually get a little footing and figure out how to do that and get them in the workforce. So I appreciate y'all letting us work with them. And I just got the number. There was 52 that applied, but by the end they were going to go ahead and go just with seniors. It's getting now to 27, I think, is enrolled in the program this year. So it's grown quite a bit in the 4 or 5 years.
Awesome.
Thank you for y'all's support.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Any other questions?
I would just say, Mayor, thanks for allowing us to be able to continue this partnership with the school district and allowing us to be able to allow staff to allow these students to come through and see firsthand what it takes to operate a water system, and the fact that we can get a future operator out of the program and they allow them to grow with the organization is key. If they can get in at 18 and then they can see that there's a future here. So thanks to Matt and the team for being able to be willing to, let's like the internship for the mayor council. This is more allowing these students to get that real world experience that we can hope to retain them as our systems grow, and we need people that can join our team that wants to be part of Maynard. Thank you.
Thank you again. We have a vote on 2 motions already. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. All right, we move on to our regular agenda items. Number 4, consideration, discussion, and possible action on interlocal agreement between the Maynard Independent School District and the City of Maynard. That's your warning. Please do not speak out during our meeting. Consideration, discussion, possible action on interlocal agreement between Maynard Independent School District and the City of Maynard for the summer library program. Come on up, Miss Dr. Doyle.
Hi, good evening. I'm Kendra Doyle. I'm the director for for academics and multilingual services in Maynard ISD.
So let's see, council members, and you have in your attachment to the submitted program, we have an ordinance that we passed some years back to create spaces and for kids and support literacy. And that's the document that you have before you. So if you have any questions, you can fill those now. And tell Miss Adele, great job.
Okay.
She's been working well with the city members.
Yeah, Miss Perry couldn't be here tonight, but she's organizing all of the things, and she's got postings up, and she's working to recruit participants for this program.
Okay, just for clarification.
Yes, ma'am.
What places within the city limits will that bus go?
So the bus is going to be in a lot of places. The bus is going through Lagos Elementary Park, the Shadow Glen Pool House. There's a whole calendar where the bus tour is going to go. And so it'll hit all parts of Shadow Glen and Lagos areas. The libraries that we're intending to use are Lagos Elementary and Blake Manor Elementary. And we're going to use those, I think it's just Monday through Thursdays, 23 days throughout the summer. We're closed on Fridays.
So, council members, there's been communication that has taken place with city council and with city staff in regards to where we're able to put programs and different things like that. And because we do actually have a large amount of our children at all of our elementary schools that are within the city limits, in short, that's what allows us to do the programming that's in front of us. And so, despite misinformation that was shared earlier today, that's already been checked out and cleared.
I just wanted it for the record that because a lot of the students do live within the city limits, that wherever the bus goes in the ETJ or in the city limits, that our students will be able to participate in this activity. Because I see Jenny Lane Park on here, I see Walmart, I see the City Hall and Lagos Elementary. Those are all within the city limits. So thank you for providing an activity for our students and also having libraries open during the summer.
Yeah, and just a reminder, years and years ago, we were looking at, Chief, you remember this, we were looking at discipline data and crime stats in regards to our city. And we had a lot of juvenile crime. And over the time, we saw the tit for tat type stuff start getting worse. It became, the offenses became stronger, and we started moving from, hey, stop that, to, misdemeanors and felonies. And so what we know is when we don't open up public spaces with programming for our kids during the summer, they get into trouble. When we don't open up spaces for our kids to continue learning, all the research shows learning talks about the summer gaps and how much learning we lose during the summertime. But if we're not creating opportunities in conjunction with all of our community partners to support learning, to support our school communities, to support the work that's been done through summer academies by our nonprofits in the area, then we are contributing to the problem. So thank you all for your commitment and your decision years ago to invest dollars annual into the community for safe spaces for our kids. And thank you, Dr. Doyle, for coming in and taking helm and making sure that the work got done again for the kids. Any other questions for good calls?
No, I just had a comment. And my comment is, I wanted to say thank you, because I know I've gotten a lot of emails and calls and text messages about the program. And a lot of it had to do with access to both English and Spanish books. So I thank you for including everyone in your program. And then also, I do particularly enjoy it being here on City Hall on Wednesdays when we can actually see it and we can see some of those kiddos enjoying that. So thank you for that as well.
All right, council members, any other questions? Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I had one. I enjoy it too, but I wanted to know if it's also bus stop, not the bus stop. Oh, this sounds like a pun. Wherever Reading on the Bus goes, can the Metro bus also stop and pick up the kids? Like, can the kids ride the bus to stop at the school? So during those times, like, if they knew, I know they probably can only go inside of Manor, but like they can go to Blake Manor, or can
You
they
mean
stop
the Metro bus?
The Metro bus.
van? The Metro van, it won't be, they don't go on the district properties. They go like kind of adjacent to it. So they can still have the free access, the free rides in the summertime to get to those locations where the Reading on the Go bus is going to be, or to at least to Lagos. I'm not sure that it goes to Blake Manor. but most of that, a lot of community out there can walk to it. They have safe paths to walk to that location.
Okay, but it's possible, I guess.
For the
Just for that
locations
route?
within in that route.
Okay.
Right.
And Walmart,
Hmm?
they can make it to Walmart. The bus.
The
stops at
blue
Walmart.
van, yes.
Okay. Just asking. I guess that during the summer, that is something that for them to be able to do, to be able to go there with their parents with transportation issues for themselves. But thank you.
Are there lunches offered with the Reading on the Go bus?
I'm sorry, say that.
Is there lunches offered with the Reading on the Go bus?
Is there lunches?
Yeah, 'cause-
So yes, our proposal includes the opportunity for students to get breakfast and lunch if we're riding the bus during those hours, and our food nutrition department is prepared to supply those.
Thank you very much. And my grandson likes the bus too. He likes the books he gets off the bus.
All right, I'll take a motion.
Mayor, Council, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the interlocal agreement between Manor Independent School District and the City of Manor, and authorize the city manager to sign the agreement in an amount not to exceed $55,000.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Weir. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Councilwoman Wallace. Any questions to the motion? Being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, ma'am. You have a good
Thank you all
night.
so much for your support. Thank you, Dr. Herbert.
Thank you. Next on our agenda, we have item number 5, the consideration, discussion, and possible action on a third amendment to the Chapter 380 agreement, the Lexington and Boyce and Davis Capital Investments, LLC. Yes, sir, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, thank you very much. This item is consideration, possible action on third amendment to the Chapter 380 agreement that was approved by you previously for Lexington and Boyce, which is 109 West Lexington. There have been circumstances beyond the developer's control at that project that require an extension on certain deadlines of their agreement, the 380 agreement that was put in place. We're requesting June 30th, 2027, so that he can remain in compliance with his Chapter 380 agreement. And we have the developers here in the audience if you have any questions for him, but this is just a technical change of the date. We're giving them a 1-year extension. And this is due to the problems in the parking lot and such that were really caused by the developer next door, and their problems were caused by things that they found in the street after they started digging.
Questions, council members?
So the 380 agreement it doesn't start until a final certificate of occupancy is approved and granted to the owner. And so because of that can't start until the final construction of the parking lot amendment, parking lot provisions are completed, and that can't be completed until the building next door completes their. So it's like domino effect. And
Questions?
we hope that all gets started up because we have some other things in the way in process, and Bill Block next door has gotten a new contractor and they're starting their process. So we hope things will all fall in line now.
Questions? I'll take questions or a motion.
Member Council, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the third amendment to the Chapter 380 agreement, the Lexington at Boyce with Davis Capital Investments, LLC.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Moreno. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Councilwoman Messway. Any questions to the motion? No question to the motion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
Number 6, consideration. Thank you, sir. Consideration, discussion, possible action on award of the Manor Town Center Strategic Roadmap. Yes, sir, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, Mayor, Council, You have in your packet a copy of the revised Manor Town Center Strategic Roadmap, and this document was put together along with your input and assistance. We appreciate that help. The strategic roadmap provides planning principles for the city's town center development, city hall and library building included, and that town center roadmap was drafted by Hunt Development Group, and we have Representative Rodney Moss here, one of the best dressed in the audience, in the back of the room, available to answer any questions you may have. This roadmap provides council and staff and consultants for purposes of communication to citizens and stakeholders for the master plan of the town center, and so that the city and landholder can proceed with the development process and development activities and other financial commitments in good faith, as set forth in the letter of intent that we executed on March the 18th. And so you have a copy of the roadmap, and I think just about all of you have included your comments. We've had several conversations on this and several conference calls and such, and we thank you for your input. And so, you know, if everybody's in approval of this, we hope that you are, and we hope that you'll vote to proceed forward. And this basically sets out timing and considerations and financing for the buildings that the voters have already approved to complete, and so we just want to get started with it.
Council members, any questions? I'll entertain questions. Did you want to say anything, sir? Ms. Hunt? You don't have to.
He came all this way.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. You came.
And I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege to work on this project with you all. We feel good about our budget. We feel good about our schedule. Everything's going swimmingly. So now it really kicks in. Now that we have our playbook and we can run to the finish line.
All right. Any questions, council members? I'll entertain the motion.
Mayor Council, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the Manor Town Center Strategic Roadmap.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Wallace. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Councilwoman Mesco. Any questions to the motion? No questions to the motion? Thank you for your patience and thank you all council members for all your total hard work, arguments, complaints, feedback, all of that. You know, it's still a journey, but you know we were making headway. So you know, more importantly, we're delivering something that's above expectations. We're delivering something that's going to help finance. You know, we talk about being financially responsible and building projects where the full development takes care of what we're invested in for the people. So thank you all for seeing that vision and all of y'all that out there in the audience as well. Appreciate you.
And if it were easy, everybody would be doing it, right?
Yeah. So we have a motion on the floor and it's been second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Thank you. All right, council members, city council, we're now convening to executive session according to Texas Government Code 551. Time is now 10:09 p.m. City Council will now reconvene to open session pursuant to provisions of Texas Government Code 551. And council members, we have next up item number 7, consideration, discussion, possible action on a appointment of Community Impact Fee Advisory Committee members. Do we have a motion?
Mayor, Council, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Eric Davis to the Community Impact Fee Advisory Committee for a term of 1 year.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Moreno. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Weir. Any questions to the motion? Being none, all in favor? Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. This meeting is adjourned at 10:09 p.m.